We are limitless. Take a moment, if you would, and consider how amazing your fingers are. They allow you to do anything from pick up a stone to inscribe your mind into the pages of a best-selling book. Look at your muscles, so mighty that your own body had to put limiters on them so they wouldn't destroy themselves. Your brain? Oh, your brain. It's been functioning on max since you were a child, working out the wondrous world all around you. From the smallest gentle breeze to the grandest hurricane, from a minute hummingbird to the hulking form of an elephant. It lets you figure out how much you should tip that barista. Sure, they were a little bit rude and rushed, but you got your drink pretty damn fast, and they remembered to add the whipped cream this time, so 15% sounds about right. You learned to walk, to talk, to imagine, and to create. You learned how to make your hands go from picking up rocks to writing a thesis, teaching your legs and back how to keep your body balanced while you ride around on a bicycle. You learned to read, write, feed, fight, turn on a light, and gauge how bright it is to decide if it needs to be replaced soon. Many have, unfortunately, also learned how to avoid the tolls of advancement because they'd much rather stay high and dry than dip their toes into the roiling rapids of change. Too many try to explain how improvement is a waste of time because by the time you'd get to a level that would behoove you, you'd already be 5 minutes from 6 feet under, this coming from those who describe every blunder in detail, thundering voices converging into a cacophony of callous connotations consigned to our minds, made to pass along like a permission slip that lets us skip the next due date for self-improvement. But what they refuse to tell you is how everyone can grow. Anyone can push past their limits because our comfort zone isn't quarantined like we're led to believe. We can come and go as we please, and it looks scary outside, I know, but you can't find your future in this corner because it won't fit through the door. It was left on the curbside and you gotta go pick it up before it gets taken. Nobody will chain it to the stair rails for you, nor will they sit and watch it until you're ready. You need to step out yourself and guard that with your life, but you also need to know there's no asphalt or pavement on the way to pick it up. The path to your potential is harsh, untamed. It's a place where you don't want to tread, because ifs and buts are kinda nuts and they coach your only walkway. Every step is another resounding crunch, and just as you find your balance, the road becomes suffocated with countless people, their insecurities being pushed towards you, a wall of concerns and contagious criticism. It will become difficult to move along the path with doubts resounding in your mind, always uncovering themselves no matter how deeply you bury them. This doesn't mean you stop. You can slash through the choking vines of can't and won't. They will be cut away like a hot knife through butter if you use a machete sharpened on some rock-hard determination. And I hate to break it to you, but you will fail. You will fall face first onto the pavement, and you will hear the phrase, "I told you so many times that the words stop feeling like words in your ears. But don't panic. Failure and success are in a symbiotic relationship, and despite them being unimaginably incompatible, they would fall apart without one another. So take these failures in stride, knowing every point lost and every short stick drawn is one more step on the path to your goals. Make sure everyone knows you won't stop, because you don't care if 65 million people are all reaching for that dream already. You're going to be number 65,000,001 and proud of it, because you may be last, but last is still on the board, and that means you have as much of a chance as anybody else. The difference between us is those whose memories slowly fade, and those whose memories burn at the brightness rivaling the sun. Those who stay complacent and do the bare minimum, and those whose minds are pushed well beyond the thresholds of comfortable and passive. The reason we have limitless potential is not to rest on our laurels, it's to combat our fates, to see just how far we can blow past our boundaries in our lifetimes. It's to give drive to those who don't have a license, to rattle the pillars that hold up the normalcy of the world. We must make every step ever louder, every yell ever stronger, until we shake the foundations of the heavens and the earth, until we become walking earthquakes born from the shifting of expectations buried deep within us, until we spark an inferno from cinders left behind by those whose limits were broken so profoundly it seared them into the history books and cast undying light upon the mysteries that shrouded themselves to all other people. Every moment spent surpassing yourself gives you another page in the story of your life, but you won't get a novel from 20 pages. You need to write a page a day, maybe 2, maybe 3 or 4. In the time it takes the universe to take you, you'll leave behind a series of stories shared between those who want to climb over the perimeter set before them by superfluously safe spectators of their lives. Let them sit on the sidelines. Let them watch you as you race time itself to that finish line, putting all of your money on yourself and run like nobody's business. If you feel like you'll collapse, snag that second wind and shove it into your lungs. Throw away your fears. You'll need that room for even more determination for the skills you snag along the way. If you think you're running as fast as you can, run faster. Push harder. Because life doesn't care if you're huffing and puffing, it will not hesitate to blow you down, so you need to keep up the pace and then some, and despite everything telling you to stop, you go. You aren't alone either. No matter how many doubters are around you, there will always be individuals who want to see you succeed. They will be waiting for you on the sidelines. They will provide you with Gatorade and granola bars at the halfway point so you have enough energy to keep plowing forward. No matter the distance this race covers, no matter how ragged the path to get to that finish line, you can make it. The only hurdle stopping you is you. We are limitless. We just need to let ourselves be.